I don't let myself start a book that I'm not going to finish.
Today we're going to learn English with Bill Gates. In this short video, Bill Gates, an avid reader, shares some great tips on reading. Pay attention to his very informal language. I'll play the video with subtitles first. Then we will talk about some useful phrases and less common words. Following that, you will get a chance to test your understanding by watching the video without any subtitles. We will conclude with a recap of the main points from the video. It might be uncomfortable to hear a native speaker at full speed, but don't be discouraged. Keep listening and studying this video, and you will be able to understand it fully in no time. Let's dive right in.
I don't let myself start a book that I'm not going to finish. You know, when you're reading, you have to be careful that you really are concentrating, particularly if it's a non-fiction book. Are you taking the new knowledge and sort of attaching it to the knowledge you have? And for me, taking notes helps make sure that I'm really thinking hard about what's in there. If I disagree with the book, sometimes it takes a long time to read the book because I'm writing so much in the margin. It's actually kind of frustrating. Oh, please say something I agree with so I can get through to the end of this book. So there's this one, it's a fiction book called Infinite Jest, but I'm trying to decide if I start it or not because I watched the movie The End of the Tour. I loved it. David Foster Wallace comes across as a super interesting, broad thinking person. If the book was like a 200 or 300 page book, there's no doubt as soon as I watch that movie I dive in, but it's quite long and complicated, and you know, I don't want to make an exception. It's my rule to get to the end. Over time I will make the switch, but when I'm just sitting there at night reading often a paper magazine or the book, I'm used to that. And it's ridiculous because I have this whole book bag that goes on my trips with me, and it's voluminous and antiquated. If you're reading books like these, you'd want to be sitting down for an hour at a time, because otherwise just getting your mind around, okay, what was I reading? This is not the kind of thing you can do 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Magazine articles fit, or short YouTube videos fit into those little slots. And so, you know, every night I'm reading a little over an hour, and so I can take my current book and make some progress.
Now let's study this video one part at a time.
I don't let myself start a book that I'm not going to finish.
Note how he says gonna. I don't let myself start a book that I'm not going to finish. Gonna means going to, and it is very informal. You can say, I am not going to finish this book, or I am not going to finish this book.
You gonna finish that?
You're gonna finish that, hen?
No thanks.
You know, I want you to know I'm still gonna finish that Mount Moamoa story.
You know, when you're reading, you have to be careful that you really are concentrating, particularly if it's a non-fiction book. Are you taking the new knowledge and sort of attaching it to the knowledge you have?
Are you taking in the new knowledge? Take something in means to receive. It also means to understand completely. You will hear it often in an expression, a lot to take in.
It is a lot to take in.
This is a lot for me to take in all at once.
Another useful expression is to take someone in. Take someone in means to receive as guests, to provide a place to stay.
Or take in paying guests?
Sort of attaching it to the knowledge you have. Sort of means to some extent. For example, do you see what I mean? Sort of.
For me, taking notes helps make sure that I'm really thinking hard about what's in there. If I disagree with the book, sometimes it takes a long time to read the book because I'm writing so much in the margin.
I'm writing so much in the margins. Margin is the edge or border of something. Book margins are the empty spaces left around text on the page. Note that we say right in the margins, not right on the margins.
So there's this one, it's a fiction book called Infinite Jest, but I'm trying to decide if I started or not.
I'm trying to decide if I started or not. In this context, a proper way to say this should be, decide if I should start. I'm trying to decide if I should start it or not.
I watched the movie The End of the Tour. I loved it. David Foster Wallace comes across as a super interesting, broad-thinking person.
Comes across as means appears to be. For example, he comes across as a super interesting person. He appears to be a super interesting person.
If the book was like a 200 or 300 page book, there's no doubt as soon as I watch that movie, I dive in. But
Dive in means get into something, start doing something with enthusiasm. Many YouTubers say, let's dive right in, meaning let's get into the topic of the video.
So let's just dive right in, okay?
Let's dive right in with lot number 1.
over time, I will make the switch. But when I'm just sitting there at night reading, often a paper magazine or the book, I'm used to that.
I am used to that means that the person has done or experienced something in the past many times and has now become accustomed to it. I am used to cold showers.
It's ridiculous because I have this whole book bag that goes on my trips with me, and it's voluminous and antiquated.
Ridiculous means extremely silly, absurd. Voluminous is something of large volume. It is not a very common word. It is used more often in the beauty industry in reference to hair. Antiquated means old-fashioned or outdated. It can refer to things or ideas.
I don't know how you're working that antiquated typewriter.
If you're reading books like these, you'd want to be sitting down for an hour at a time.
Wanna means want to. It is extremely common to hear wanna instead of want to. This is another example of a very conversational language Bill Gates is using here. An hour at a time. You will often hear one piece at a time or one step at a time, meaning you do something big by focusing on small actions.
One step at a time, like you always tell me.
Well, why don't we take it one step at a time and see where it leads us?
Because otherwise, just getting your mind around, okay, what was I reading? This is not the kind of thing you can do 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there.
Otherwise, just getting your mind around, okay, what was I reading? This is not the kind of thing you can do 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Get one's mind around or wrap one's head around means to understand something, especially something unusual.
I can't wrap my head around why it's so important for you that I like your friends.
I'm trying to get my head around it since it all happened.
Now that we discussed and studied some more difficult parts of the video, try watching it again, this time without subtitles.
I don't let myself start a book that I'm not going to finish. You know, when you're reading, you have to be careful that you really are concentrating, particularly if it's a non-fiction book. Are you taking the new knowledge and sort of attaching it to the knowledge you have? And for me, taking notes helps make sure that I'm really thinking hard about what's in there. If I disagree with the book, sometimes it takes a long time to read the book because I'm writing so much in the margin. It's actually kind of frustrating. Oh, please say something I agree with so I can get through to the end of this book. So there's this one, it's a fiction book called Infinite Jest, but I'm trying to decide if I started or not because I watched the movie The End of the Tour. I loved it. David Foster Wallace comes across as a super interesting, broad-thinking person. If the book was like a 200 or 300 page book, there's no doubt as soon as I watch that movie, I dive in. But it's quite long and complicated, and you know, I don't want to make an exception. It's my rule to get to the end. Over time, I will make the switch, but when I'm just sitting there at night reading, often a paper magazine or the book, I'm used to that. And it's ridiculous because I have a whole book bag that goes on my trips with me, and it's voluminous and antiquated. If you're reading books like these, you'd want to be sitting down for an hour at a time, because otherwise just getting your mind around, okay, what was I reading? This is not the kind of thing you can do 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Magazine articles fit, or short YouTube videos fit into those little slots. And so, every night I'm reading a little over an hour, and so I can take my current book and make some progress.
Did you understand more this time? For best results, review this video again and again until you understand it fully. It is by repetition that you learn the best. Before we conclude this lesson, let's quickly recap the main points of the video. Do you remember the 4 things Bill Gates does to get the most out of the books? He takes notes so he can think hard about what's in the book. He doesn't start what he can't finish. He chooses paper books over ebooks. He blocks out an hour to read before bedtime. Hope you enjoyed this lesson and learned something new. If so, please like the video and subscribe for more. Remember, progress comes one lesson at a time. Until next time.